In this video, you will learn how to use the Loft feature in Onshape. So let's get into the video. As you can see here, I'm on my Onshape home screen. I'm going to create a document and label it Loft tutorial. So I actually want to introduce a new naming convention. So I like to name my documents Loft, like the feature or whatever I'm creating, underscore my first and last initials, and basically what date I'm making it. So I'm going to click underscore and 2/5/21. So I just like to, oops, I canceled my document. So I'm going to just show you that again. It's Loft, and then I underscore to show that it's a change in my entire, it's a change in the naming convention. Then I'm going to click another underscore. Then I'm going to make it 2/5/21. That's like the date. So this is like a new naming convention that I really want to stick to because it gives you less chances for confusion. So I'm going to click enter and create my document. So now you can see, as you can see, I'm going to create my sketch on my top plane, hide my remaining two planes, and set Cinderella view. Now what I'm going to do is I want to create a rectangle. Now this is something to change. I'm making a corner rectangle, and I'm actually going to select a corner rectangle, and then I'm going to make it there and make it here. So now what I'm going to do is I actually want the centers of my center point rectangle and this midpoint of the origin to be matching. Now I know I could just have done this as from a midpoint, like using a center point rectangle, but I just want to show you how to actually use the coincident constraint. So what I'm going to do, and the midpoint constraint actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a point and I'm going to hover over my right line. So when I hover over the middle, it's going to give you this sort of image. So when it gives you that image, basically what that means is that it's in the correct exact midpoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another point for both sides, and I'm going to draw a line, click escape, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to draw a dot on randomly on this line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the midpoint constraint and click on my points, and it's going to make a midpoint. So now all I have to do is I have to delete these remaining dots, which probably wasn't necessary, but I just wanted to show you guys how to use it. So I'm going to delete that point, and then I'm going to delete this line. There we go. So now to use the coincidence constraint, I'm going to go to my constraint bar, go to coincident, and collide these two. Bam. For some reason they didn't match up, or did they? Yeah, they matched up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dimension this. I want to make it a 4x5 rectangle, and so 4x5. Oops, I switched the dimensions. So I'm willing to edit the dimensions by going and hovering over the dimensions, basically double clicking on the dimension until it gives you that text box. And okay, so yeah, cool. I don't want to mess with the sketch anymore. I'm just going to click the green check button. And now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to create an offset plane. So I'm going to right click on this and click on offset plane. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into isometric view because that sort of helps me see how far it's going. I want to make my offset plane 4 inches away from the original plane. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the green check button. So then I'm going to go to plane 1, create a sketch, and then go to my top view. And I'm going to go to my inscribe polygon, and I'm going to draw it from the center and click my check button. I want mine to be a triangle this time, and I'm actually going to dimension my triangle. I don't want it that big. I want it a 2 inch by 2 inch. Uh-oh. Escape. Dimension. Oh, okay. For some reason it's going into angle. Maybe it's just me being careless, or maybe Onshape's glitching. So I'm gonna go to that. Oh, I see why. Because when I was clicking on my dimension, I was accidentally clicking on this line. So that's okay. 2 inches by 2 inches, and it's already going to dimension that because, you know, it's these are in an equal constraint because they're all regular things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into isometric view, finish my sketch, and then I'm going to go to the loft feature. So that is right here. So if you hover over Loft, what it's going to say, it's it's going to add, subtract from, or intersect parts by putting a smooth surface between ordered profiles. So if basically what that means is that you have to select your sketches and it's going to combine them together. So as you can see, I'm in my new and let's just, oops, I accidentally clicked on that. I'm going to click on the green check button and let's hide our remaining planes and see how cool that looks. Can you see how cool that looks? Is it just me who thinks that looks really cool? But you can make it in any shape you want, and it's going to create a connection between the two planes with a smooth surface. It's never going to intersect unless you tell it to intersect. So and that's basically how you use Loft. Let me just show you one more thing that you could sort of do. It's just going to be another example of Loft. This is essentially how you use Loft. So I'm going to make a new part studio. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my sketch on the top plane again. Set to normal sketch plane. I'm going to hide my remaining two planes. And I'm going to do a circle, a center point rectangle circle to be precise. I'm going to dimension it to 4 inches. And then I'm going to finish my sketch because I don't want to do anything to this. Then I'm going to go into my camera and render and go to isometric. Then I'm going to go to offset plane. Now what this can sort of do is it'll like give you the option to, if you go up here, it's going to give you a variety of tired planes you can do. I'm going to go to offset surface. And I just realized that you're not supposed to do offset surface, you're supposed to do offset plane. So, okay. So I'm going to go to offset plane and I'm going to make sure it's, again, 4 inches. And I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to click the green check button. And I'm going to go to my top plane, right click, create a sketch. And go to my top plane. And then I'm going to create a rectangle, a center point rectangle, and dimension it 4 by 4, which would be a square. So escape, and then let's just dimension this part. Okay, so that's all I really want to do here. So then I'm going to go back into isometric. So then I'm going to go into Loft, and I'm going to see how this looks. So basically, I haven't really used Loft in like actual um, entireties, but you can make pretty cool things with Loft. You can make a pyramid if I'm not wrong, and you can make a lot of things really. It's hard to sort of specify what you can make and what you can't make, but honestly, the possibilities with Loft are amazing and tremendous. So before you guys go, I wanted to show you a cool feature in Onshape. I know you may have already seen this in one of my previous videos, but for the newcomers, here it is. I'm going to assign new a color and new part, like a new material to these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to my parts tab, right click and click on assign material. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our Onshape material library. And remember, this is just to make to assign different materials, not to change the color. So I'm going to make mine acrylic. The material I want to be acrylic. I have pretty much no idea what acrylic is, but we're just going to go with it. And I'm going to click on my green check button, and that just changed my material. So let's see if it has something to do, if we section view it, how would it look on the inside? So I'm going to undo my front plane, right click on section view. Okay, so it's just this. it's the same color. So if I right click and go to assign material, it's going to say that the material that this is acrylic, and it's also going to give you the density of like how much it weighs, how much your part weighs. So I want to sort of rename my part because honestly, to me, it looks like a cylindrical pyramid, if that's a thing. So I'm gonna rename it, and I'm going to title it Halfway Pyramid. So then I'm going to click to check. I'm going to click enter. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to edit appearance. So now I actually want to change my color to this nice aqua color, or actually periwinkle. Oh no, that's already, it looked much better here than it looks on the part. So I'm going to go and assign it this nice aqua color because aqua is one of my favorite colors. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm just screwing up my colors, but this is sort of what I like. This is the shade that I like. So I'm just gonna go and I'm going to select a palette. If you want to make your custom color, you can go to your mixer and you can sort of like edit whatever color you want. Ooh, I like this nice color. Um, that sort of looks like the original color, but okay. I really like the rose color too. So if I like go here, and yeah, this is also one of my favorite colors. That's the green check button. So that's all I have to show you guys for this video. If you like my video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, as always, please do put them in the comments and I will definitely address them in my next video. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.